Well, hi there, guys. So today we're going to be finishing off the wing, and first of all, I'm going to concentrate on the electronics bay. What we've got here is these are the main wires coming from the receiver out in the wingtip. These are the two servo wires, and this is the video transmitter signal wires and power wires. Now I've run the signal wire through a USB cable, so which is screened, so we could I'll try that using that this time. Now my first plan is to cut these to length and then fit a connector to the end of these wires so that we can put it into the FY21AP. What I've done is with this particular plane, I've instead of making up servo wires to suit, I've just bought a long servo extension cable and then laid it in, and then I can cut it to suit. That's a lot cheaper than doing it the other way, where you're making, well, I mean, not a lot cheaper, we're only talking pence, but it seems a lot simpler because you only have to make one connector on one side. Okay, well, what I'll do is I will come back once I've done these ones. Alright. Okay, well, hi there. I just wanted to show you making up a servo connector. Basically what I've got is a pair of automatic wire strippers. So if I take a piece of wire, servo wire, with the three leads there, you just easily make bare the wires there, and then just strip the wires away about a centimetre back, and then you've got three pieces like that. So here's one I did earlier, and then I've got loads of servo pieces here. You can buy them from people like Giant Cod, and they're not a lot. And then it has, on this one, you've got the female connections to make a connector, and what I've got here is a pair of crimp pliers. To be honest, I can't remember where I got these from, but it was probably somewhere like Radio Spares, and I'm using them on E, the smallest crimping section there, and just put it in there to sort of get it ready. And then you might need to twist the wire just a tiny bit, and then you put it in and crimp it down, and then hold it again and crimp round onto the plastic, and it's much better. It's a much better way of making a connection than soldering it. Soldering it, you've got a weak point where the solder transfers from the soldered part to the wire part, whereas here you don't have that. You've just got, it's all wire, and it's pretty quick to do as well. So there you go. Okay, now we get the plug, and with this one, where it is the female plug, the black one goes on the right hand side, and you've got two sides to it. You've got, hold on, let me zoom in a bit. So you've got two sides. You've got the section here with the barbs, and on the other side it's just flush. So the barb section wants to go where you can see all these slots here. So you just put it through, and it's the black one first on the right hand side, then the red one, and sometimes you might have to put them all in a little bit, and then and then the red, then the white one, or in this case yellow. Alright, and then just push it in, and then you can hear them click, and there we go, we've got a perfect soldered, not soldered, perfect connection with crimps. Alright, and if you're doing a lot of FPV cabling, then I'd highly recommend getting yourself a crimping tool. Okay, so we've got the wing on the floor, with one wing on the floor and the other wing pointing up, and quite simply we're just going to hot glue the wingtip on. Found that that's pretty strong, and that's all you do. So get down here. Thing is to just really do it by eye. That's all I do. Get it looking pretty good. So bit of hot glue. Put a fair bit on so it squidges out as well, and then you can run, once it's set, you can run a gusset round the wingtip. Now just keep an eye on the once it's placed on, just keep an eye on the, try and get that in view so that you see that that's pointing vertically. So I'll just check that away from camera. Okay. Now while that's setting, I'll just talk about the laminate again. What you might find is that over time it just sort of loses a bit of its tightness. So what you can do is just go over it again with an iron. And that's what I've done on a couple of ones. Just you know, as it's aged, just re-iron it. Okay, now what I can do is I'm going to trim that bit off here. Here's one I did earlier. Now this particular side, this side here has got the antenna on it, so I just sort of cut it smooth. Alright, so the next thing is to do the ailerons. So I'll just set up and I'll do that. Alright, before I set up and do that, I'll just going to show you that what we can do as well, give it a bit more strength, is just run a gusset of hot glue down between the wing and the tip. It gives it a bit more strength. Even though it's hot, just with a finger get it off. Alright, there we go. Same top and bottom. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this angle here to the same angle as the wingtip. So basically with a pen, I'll just mark a line with a ruler as well. Need 3 hands here. And just mark that, and then I'll cut that. Okay, so that's then cut to the angle, and we want to leave a few millimeters gap down there so that as it moves up and down it doesn't interfere with the tip. Okay, now same here, we want to follow the angle of this part here across. So that's it there. Okay, looks good. I'll cut that. Okay, so that's our aileron, or flapperon, or elevon, whichever way you want to call it. And what we've got to remember is there's our servo, and our horn is gonna come straight from there, along 90 degrees to the spar down here. So it's gonna come around about here. I just like very faintly draw a line there. So we want our horn to go around this area here. Now, what we can do is we can cut some of this off here. This will help the wing fly. And so there we go, we cut that bit off. You can style it however you want. Basically what I've got here, so I've got a dimension that's exactly 12 inches, and I've gone 12 inches all the way up to the tip there. Now we can leave a bit more on here, so we'll leave that on there, and what we're going to do is cut this material away here. That way we've still got an area here where we can put our hinge material to. So I'll cut that out and be back. Okay, so there we go, there's our wing cut, aileron cut out with our area there for the horn. Okay, so what I've done is just painted the aileron with some of this, just paint that, just wiped it on with tissue, and that's good enough for me. And what I'm going to do now is just cover this in some tape, so it gives it then a nice shiny colour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tape for the hinges. Now it's obviously personal preference, you can either put hinges in or tape, but I've found that tape is good enough. And then, so this will stick down nicely to the aileron, and there'll be obviously a nice good key for the hinge tape, which is exactly the same material. And then the back as well. Alright, there we go. So I'm just trimming off obviously the surplus tape. There we are. So there's our aileron ready for fitting. So this will go here. Okay, so what I do is I just press that down into the balsa wood to make an impression, and then you can see, you can just about see the hole, the circle there, for a drilled hole. If we want to be drilling a something like a 3mm hole would be great. Okay, I'll do the hole and I'll be back. Okay, there we go.